Stop thinking negative and believe in yourself. Stop thinking negative. This is going to go on a little spin in a few minutes. Let's see if it's going to spin, or should I leave it at this? All right. Stop thinking negative. Believe in yourself. Stop thinking negative. Believe in yourself. Stop thinking negative and believe in yourself. That is our topic today. And we all go through this process where we think that I'm not good enough. I cannot do this. I am giving up. It's not worth trying. I am fed up. No one likes me. I am not gonna be able to accomplish this. I am just not good enough. Now, when it comes on to these thinking, we tend to go through these phases in life. However, negative thinking is not the way to go. As I said, we all go through it one way or the other, but there are things that we can do to slow down or to stop thinking in a negative way. Welcome to our live chat. It's weekdays with Khichibeauty. Today we are going to talk about negativity, how negativity affects your life. Why do you absorb in negativity? What is the consequence of being negative all the time? And what are some positive that you can get out when you stop being negative? Now, I go through that phase from time to time. And one of my main negative thought is always, am I going to be able to accomplish something that I'm set out to accomplish? Most of the time, when you're doing something for yourself and it is something that could change your life, you're always going to find that when you reach a certain stage, you feel like it's not going to work. Most things that you're doing is not going to go straight forward. And if you do something and it's not going straight forward, when it hits that mark, you always need to be positive. Most projects, most goals fail because people are not persistent enough. When you hit a certain stage, then you decide that, oh, I think I'm wasting my time. This was not for me. I cannot do it. And if I continue, I'm already sure that it's not going to work. I am going to fail. We should not accept failure. We should not accept failure any at all. We should pick up, and I don't even know why I choose this topic, because I am just 3 minutes into the topic and I'm starting to get emotional already. Okay, just 3 minutes in the topic, I'm getting emotional, because when it comes onto motivation, you need to know how to motivate yourself. You can also gain and grasp motivation from other people, but self-motivation is also real. Okay, and for me, I use a lot of self-motivation to motivate myself. Negative situation, negative thinking is something you want to throw to the side. And if you can learn to cut down on the negativity that goes on in your mind, or even the negativities that surround you, you can make yourself better. One thing that you need to know is that whenever you are thinking about a situation and you're thinking about it in the negative form, it is always coming from somewhere. You have a word that you call pride. You have a word that you call ego. And you also have a word that you call persistent. Now, when it comes on to pride sometimes is one word or one doing that causes a lot of people to fail. Yes, pride. Ego is also another word or another thing that causes people to fail. Now let's talk about pride a little. How can pride cause me to fail at a project? How can pride cause me to fail at my goals? How can pride hinder me from acquiring the things that I set out for? Pride comes in because you don't want to fail, and because you don't want to fail, you feel that if you fail, you're going to be an embarrassment to people around you. You're going to be an embarrassment to people around you. So because of your pride, you prefer not to start something. I'm not going to go out there and make a boo-boo of myself. That is pride in its full glory. I'm not going to start and then people are going to laugh if I don't make it. That is pride in its full glory. Or the next one is, I'm so mindful of what they're going to think about me if I don't get this done or if I don't get it right. That is another way you put pride in front. Now, that kind of a pride also turn into negativity, okay? Because your negative thinking about not being able to complete something that you set forward to do, and the pride kicking is a big hindrance. Let me tell you, for me in life, if I was focusing on what people around me or people on the whole are going to think about me, I would be nowhere today. I would be absolutely nowhere today. I wasn't the brightest of person. Cameroon, welcome to our live chat. Now, Jason, hello to everyone. OMG, it's really something that I'm looking for. Very impatient to hear what you have to tell us about. Titi, good morning to all. I hope all is having a wonderful day. And Keisha, good morning. Roxanne, good morning. Auntie KB starting to spin on my side. Well, my side is looking fine, and no one is complaining as yet. You are getting the feed good, and if you're getting the feed, that's all good. Now, guys, the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, what have you been thinking about lately? What have you been thinking about lately? Have you been thinking about something positive, or have you been thinking about something negative? I want you to comment, and you don't have to tell us what you're thinking about. All I need you to do is to comment. Think about it carefully. Have you been thinking about something positive of late, or have you been thinking about something negative? You can just type the word P, the letter P, or you can type the letter N. If you're thinking something positive, let's say today, take for instance, just today, just this minute, what is it you're thinking? Are you thinking something positive? Let me see a P on the chat. If you're thinking something negative right now, and it doesn't matter what it is, don't be bashful. It doesn't matter what it is. Even if you're thinking something negative about me right now, or you're thinking something positive about me right now, go ahead and comment. You're thinking about something to do with your life, anything at all. You're thinking about a comment you just saw on the chat that you're not, friendly with. Go ahead and let me hear. Let me see who is thinking something positive right now and who is thinking something negative. Let me hear. I need to see the P and I need to see the N. Now we have a few N going up, and I'm going to address a few of the N's right now. Rosemary Glover, you're thinking something negative right now. Now, the fact that you're thinking something negative, does that have anything to do with the show? This is just to make you laugh a little. Does the negative thinking have anything to do with the show? Or is it something seriously that you're thinking about that it's negative? If it's something you're thinking about and it's negative, that is going to affect you in one way or the other, and you don't mind sharing, just a little insight, then go ahead and share. And let's reach for someone who is thinking positive. Diana Johnson, you're thinking something positive right now. If you don't mind sharing with us what you're thinking, and if it's something that you don't want to share, then don't share. But if it's something that you can share, go ahead and share it with us right now. If you're just joining, we're asking the question, as soon as you came on this live chat, what is it that you have in your mind going? Are you thinking something negative, or are you thinking something positive? Now, if you can stretch back to this morning, when you woke up this morning, and if you can remember what you were thinking about, were you thinking about something negative or were you thinking about something positive? I want to hear from you. TTP, going to take your suggestion yesterday and start cleaning my closet. LOL. All right. Very, very good. Now, Auntie, the voice jump, no sound. It is going yap, yap, yap. Please check. Now, if you're watching and you're hearing me clearly, go ahead and comment and let me know. So far, one person is saying they're having issue with the with the feed. If you're watching and you're having any form of an issue with the feed, just let me know. And if you're not having any issue with the feed, we are moving on. Now, Derisa, this morning, negative. Hyacinth Richard. Oh, I kind of know this name. Clearly. Okay, thank you for that. Betty Niga, negative. And we have Ellen, who is Ellen Paper, positive. Now think about it. We have a lot of positive, and we also basically have equal amount of negative. Okay, equal amount of negative and equal amount of positive. Now that you know exactly what you were thinking just now or earlier this morning, negative or positive, do you think that you could actually, for those of you who are thinking negative, do you think that negativity that you were just thinking have anything to do with your life today or this day? Whatever it was that you were thinking in a negative way, how does it affect you right now? And for those of you who were thinking positive this morning, how does that positive thinking help you to get through today or even to this point? Think about it. Now, I want for all of you who wrote PRN, positive or negative, take a look. Now you are conscious that you were thinking something. You're conscious that you're thinking something because you now know that you were thinking something positive and you now know that you were thinking something negative. Now, what we're trying to do today is to stop negative thinking. Stop negative thinking. What I just did to you all is to let you take a look on the inside of what you're thinking about. Now, some people is honest enough to say, oh, right now I was thinking something negative. Or some people take the time to say, oh, I was thinking something positive. Now, if you can identify that, you can identify that you were thinking something negative or you were thinking something positive. It also means that you can identify when to stop thinking negative. Okay, now let's take some shot. Elaine, I am never going to get this house cleaned out to move by myself. That is a negative thinking. Negative thinking, you cluster or you cloud your mind, telling yourself something cannot happen even before you start. Even before you start. First of all, cleaning out a house to move by yourself is something that is possible and it's something that you can do. You got to just take it one day at a time. But just thinking that you cannot do it alone is also allowing you not to start. Not to start. Most time when you start something, most time when you put that best foot forward, once you start, you can keep going if you can't start to think negative. There's a motto that I actually grew up with, and is the motto just went right out out the door, but I know it's gonna come back because it's one that I use a lot. But definitely, focus is the name of the game. Focus is the name of the game. And each day when you think that you cannot do something, if you tell yourself that, you know what, I am, and you cross out that never going to get this house cleaned out to move by myself, that is the positive. All you're erasing from that is one word. Elaine, I am never going to get this house cleaned out to move by myself. Erase the never and just go on with the sentence. I am going, and put that going in capital letter. to get this house cleaned out and move by myself. Now you can choose to write it in the comment, Elaine. I am, cross out that never, going to get this house cleaned out to move by myself today. I would like you to write that right now, okay? Just write that right now. And today, instead of having that negative thought in your mind that is never going to happen, you're going to keep repeating in your mind that it is going to happen. I am going to, okay? Now, I learned quite a while now that never say, if you're going to do something, never say maybe when it happened or if it happened. You need to tell yourself when it happened, okay? When it happened. When I clean out this house, I am going to move in as fast as I can. When I finish getting my degree, I am going to take a trip. Not maybe if I finish the degree, I might take a trip. Don't use those negative words. And if you just replace all of those negative words with positive words, you can get anything you want to get done, okay? If you can believe, if your mind can think it, you can also achieve it. And giving up is not something that is acceptable. Giving up is not something that is acceptable. However, giving up on something negative is acceptable, okay? Giving up on something negative is acceptable. But when you think about positiveness, you can actually change the way you think and be more positive. And guess what? Remember we talked about ego at the beginning? That ego can also cause you to not, acquire your dreams and your goals. Also, ego can help you to acquire those, because if you decide that, okay, I am going to cross this and never off, and someone is going to tell you you can't cross it off because you are so full of yourself, you're going to prove to that person that you can cross it off. Okay, so ego goes both ways. Your ego's try and go with the pride. You don't want to fail, but it also can mean that you're going to prove to the world, because you're so full of it, you're going to prove to the world that you can get. Now, let's go back to the P and the N. Now, we asked one person to comment, and I'm looking to see, Elaine, I am never going to get the house cleaned out to move on. Now, we're waiting for Elaine to type without the never. Okay, so here it is. Eileen, I am going to get this house cleaned out by myself. And that's it. She's going to get it done. And believe me, just by coming on this show today, being highlighted like that, your name is right there, we're talking about you, it's motivation enough to start thinking positive, okay? Right now, in your mind, you just change your negative thought to positive thought, okay? You just erase that negativity and now you're thinking positive. And that is why stop negative thinking is possible. Stop negative thinking is possible. We won't end it because people will always be negative. But as an individual, you need to learn how to stop negativity. Eileen just did it. Eileen just did it. She just commented, I am never going to get this house cleaned out. And now she's commenting, I am going to get this cleaned out by myself. And that's what we need to do. Anyone have a negative comment? Let me name someone who have another. Rosemary Glover, you have a negative. Do you mind sharing what that negative thought was? If you don't mind, comment and let me hear the name. And be honest with what you were thinking. If it's shareable. If it's not shareable, then we understand. Let me pull up someone else with a negative. Derisa. This morning, you were thinking something negative. Is it possible for you to share with us what you were thinking in the negative form? Comment right now. Rosemary, I am never going to get my blood pressure under control. Now, Rosemary, just as we did with Elaine, I want you to start typing, I am. We are crossing out the never out of your sentence. And I want you to comment right now, I am going to get this blood pressure under control. And I also want you to write it 3 times. I am going to get this under control. Because when you write it 3 times, you're repeating it in your mind. You are blocking out the negativity right away. Right away, just by writing it 3 times, I am going to get it under control. I am going to get it under control. I am going to get it under control. Right there, you can stop the negativity. And guess what? Because you say it and you say it out loud, you're now going to start to think, what can I do to get it under control? What can I do? And we're hearing your dirty laundry out. Everyone here is knowing that you think you can get it under control, but all the positive energy that is coming from the chat today will allow you and will motivate you to get it under control, because no one here doubts that you can get it under control. So we want you to comment in the live chat and let me hear you. Keep commenting, repeat 3 times. Cross that negativity out and put the positivity in. Let's take another question right now. So Rosemary, we're waiting for you to comment. Comment without the negative, the never. So I am going to get my blood pressure under control. Go ahead and comment right now so that you can hear it out to start thinking positive. We actually called on someone else who have a negative, we're dealing with a few negative, and then we're going to move on to the positive. Darisa, if you're still here, we're waiting to hear. Okay, here it is. So Darisa, I was thinking that my startup business will not have customer traffic. Oh, you got to stop that, okay? You got to stop that. So you have a startup business and you're thinking that it will not have customer traffic. Let me ask you one question. Is the business up and running already, or is it just starting, like you're just putting it into place? Answer that, because personally, I can change that for you, okay? And you're just thinking negative, but I'm going to give you one good idea that can turn that positive. When you start that startup business, send me the link to the startup business, okay? I'll put it on my community, and I guarantee you at least 200 visitors you will get visiting your startup business. So that is something negative. So now that you know that this can happen, I also want you to erase that thinking, and now you're going to turn that into positive. Where are you? I was thinking my startup business will not have. So you're going to take out will not have. So I am thinking that my startup business will have many customer traffic. Just change it like that and write it 3 times for us right now. We are erasing negativity and replacing it with positivity. Now, let's see who else is here. Key Washington. I woke up doubtful. I'm not going to lose the weight by my event in July. And that is something, Key, that you can change. Okay, we are in April right now. And never say never, especially when it comes on to weight loss. And I remember I was telling you that there was something that I always say, and I just got a brain freeze, and now it's bad. If you want it bad, you can achieve it. If you believe it and you want it, you can achieve it, okay? If you believe that you can do it, you want it bad, then you can achieve it. And I believe that, because these are words that I live by daily, okay? And I stop thinking negative when I'm doing a project or anything. Anytime I throw negativity in, things normally fall apart, because then I lose interest. So if you want it and you want it bad, you can achieve it. You want to lose that weight? Go and join our 30 days weight loss challenge, and not just join, but do it religiously. As a matter of fact, we have a whole month of that weight loss challenge. You can challenge yourself to start watching out those videos and be dedicated to what we're asking you to do, and you will lose the weight by July. However, you cannot slip up, forget, and all of that. You got to be focused. And focus is another word that most of you should be familiar with. Focus, focus, and focus will get you there. Now let's read the Risa comment. I'm thinking, and here is the Risa now positive comment. I'm thinking that my startup business will have many customer traffic. I am thinking that my startup business will have many customer traffic. Now, let me ask you something, Derisa. Do you believe that? Because if you want it, and you want it bad, and you believe it, then you can achieve it. Okay. Now, Jill, here's someone. Let's take this before Jill. Cambridge Garden. That's very nice of you to have. Make me more positive to hear your advice. Thank you from Boston. Oh yes, weight loss. Let us pray. Starting today, I let you know. And there it is. Positive, positive, positive. Now let me read Jill. Rosemary, I got my eye. Okay, so see what I mean? Someone just showed something out there, and here you on the chat, and now you're getting advice and you're getting help. You see what I mean? Turning your negative thoughts or your negative thinking into positive. Whatever you have going, for those of you who think something negative, you want to share it on the comment right now, go ahead and share it on the comment. And what I want you to do, as soon as you write it in the comment, then you're going to change it to positive. Now, for those of you who are thinking positive, I want to hear some of the positive thinking to make sure yours is also shown out in the universe. And Darisa, I believe it. I really need this reminder today. I believe it. You are the best. And thank you for that. And that is what we are here to do, to encourage people and to encourage everyone. When I encourage you guys, don't think that, oh, I'm just doing it for you. I'm doing it for myself too, because I normally listen to you and I normally interact and I get that positiveness coming from you, and I apply it to myself also. So we're all here holding on with each other. If you're just joining the chat, we're trying to get rid of negativity, negative energy, and bring in positive energy. Now, what we're asking people to do, if you woke up this morning or just right now, if you're thinking something negative, we're asking you to comment. And if you're thinking about something positive, we're also asking you to comment. What we're asking you to write is just a P or an N to let us know what you're thinking. Now, if you're watching the chat and you didn't give us a thumbs up as yet, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Share some love on our channel page. Christina Grant, when I feel negative or stressed, I ask the Lord for help right away. And that is also another way that a lot of people get over a lot of hurdle. Now, let's see who else is here. Terrence, instead of saying, I think she can say, I know. Okay, yes, definitely. I know. And that is going for, Darisa, you can also say I know instead of I think, and that's also a good comment. Now, if you're just joining and you want to join in on the chat, now all I'm asking you right now, what is it you're thinking? If you're just joining, what is it you're thinking? Are you thinking something negative or are you thinking something positive? If you're thinking something negative, write an N. And if you're thinking something positive, write a P. I'm going to be reading some more of the comment. Now, let's see, Christiana, I was just reading that. And if anyone here let's go call some people out if they're still here. Let's take one more negative, and then we are going to take some of the positive. So Betty, Niga, if you're still on, let me hear what was your negative thinking. If you're still on, Betty, let me hear from you. And while we are at it, we're going to name some positive thinking. And if you are still on, can you just share with us what you were thinking? So William Kirscher, I think that Kircher, if you're still on, you were thinking something positive. If you don't mind sharing with us, what was that positive thinking about? Let's bring out someone else who was thinking positive. Let me reach back for another P, and then you were going to ask you to share. Aminia, I think I normally eat an Aminia a lot, but you were one of the person with the P. So, okay, here is one person. Jackie P, if you're still on, can you share with us what your positive thinking was? Jackie P, if you're still on, can you share with us what the positive thinking is? Taana, Taona, positive thinking open doors for success. Positive thinking open doors for success. And that is also the truth. And another thing that goes with positive thinking is that it also helps you to be brave. Okay? When you think positive, like remember we talk about the ego, and the ego could go either left or right. Now, when you are very egotistical in a positive way, it actually could help you because you're not afraid to ask questions or to ask for things. Okay, you're not afraid to ask for things. When you're thinking positive, I'm gonna get this done, you believe that you're gonna get it done. Okay, and you're focused on getting it done. In that way, most time you will not let anything stop you. You're gonna go, even the things that people would second guess, like I can't ask this person for help because I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know if they're going to approve this. Because you're so positive about it, you don't even realize that there could be some form of negativity in it. You could get to a roadblock. You're so positive. You go forward, you push forward, and you get to where you want to go just by your ego being, I got to get this done. And they say I can't do this. And that's another thing too. When people tell you you can't, try to prove to them that you can. Okay? When people tell you that you can't, try to prove to them that you can. However, it's really not about people. Okay? It's really not about people. It's all about you. Because sometimes if we just focus on, what they say and try to prove to everyone that we can, some things might not go well. But if it's something that you want and you're being put down that you cannot achieve it and you want it bad, you're going to prove to people that you can do it. If you want it and you want it bad, you can achieve it. And you can achieve it by start thinking positive in your mind. We're going to the comment, and just a tip for one and all, we are a manifestation of our thoughts and spoken word. And that is something that I do believe it too. And I also believe that you need to throw things out in the universe. And whenever you get a chance to throw things out in the universe, don't be shy. Throw things out. A lot of you watching right now, 50 something watching right now, and you're there, you're watching, but you're shy. You just don't want to just write your thoughts down on the live chat. That's the universe right there. Write your thoughts down on the live chat. What is it you want in life? How can you get rid of this negativity? Write it down right in the chat. I don't know you. Absolutely no one on the chat know who you are, but you are putting your positive energy out there in the universe. It happens, and believe it or not, when you say things out loud, then you start to bring in the positive energy. Now let's see who else is here. Cambridge Garden. After sign off, going to buy healthy food. Lots of love. And see what I mean? She's on her way to get healthy food. Yes, way to go. Way to go. Now I'm thinking how a little light overcome darkness. I'm so blessed to have turn into them, thinking of solution, not problem. And see what I mean? And this actually get me emotional, because sometimes we come on these little platforms and we think that, oh, it's just somebody talking, but you not know the effect that it have on some people. And if it's even one person today that I'm convinced that I have to convince that they can turn their negativity into positive energy and stop thinking negative, throw away the negative and start with the positive, then I do a great job today. Okay? I do a great job. Not only that, just talking to you today, I have a project that I'm working on, and just talking, I know I'm going to be successful at this project. I just cannot share the project with you guys as yet, but in due time you'll know. But I know I'm going to be successful at this project. I am throwing it out there. I'm done with the negativity. I am going to be successful at this project. Now, if you're watching Chicken Don't Surf, I like to just be my own grandmother and talk to myself the way my grandmother would. Super positive, no matter what. And that is actually a great comment. Like it, another day of online work get me thinking negatively. Another day of online work get me thinking negatively. And if you don't mind, Can you share where this is coming from? Because it's kind of confusing, like another day of online work, meaning is the job online, or is it now you're working online because you are away from the office? So let me know, is your job an online job, or is your job really at an office, but no, you have to be working online? Because a lot of us is going through that. Now, Jason, right now I graduated from school. I want to erase my fear of starting my career. Now, Jason, you have been with us right through the journey, and I just want to take the time. I'm glad you now let me know you're done, to congratulate you. I know it's been a rough road. I myself walked that road, so I know what you went through and how much sleepless night and all of that you have. But guess what you need to do? Think positive. Wherever it is that you think that you would want to work, that is where you're going to apply to. And don't doubt yourself, okay? You're going to have a bunch of places that you want to work, and it's maybe have been your dream, like, I could work there, I could, yeah. Just go ahead and do your application, and something will turn up. And the first one you get, even if it's not the one you really, really want, go and do it and make the best of it. And within 1 year, you should have enough experience to go and apply for the one you want. That's how you start it out. And go and help some people, okay? And definitely you will hear from me. So you're gonna turn that fear of starting a new career into a positive thinking, okay? I am gonna erase that fear of starting my career. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna start my new job, or if you're already in something, or wherever you want to work, I am going to go and I'm going to put my application in, and I am going to get this done. I'm going to kickstart it. I'm not going to wait no more. I'm going to go get a job, and I'm going to do my best at it. And whatever has you want to achieve in that circle, you can achieve it. So stop thinking negative. Go put in that application, or go start searching to see where is hiring in your field, around your community, or somewhere near. Start put it in perspective. That company that you think you'd want to work with, that you think there's no way they're going to hire you because you're fresh out, you just never know. You just never know. So erase the negativity, put the positivity in, and we're wishing you all your best on your new journey. Lockett, working online because of COVID, I could tell. I am really not enjoying this. It is really, getting me down. Now, that is one way of thinking negative. But let me ask you something. I know you're working online. You don't have the access to everything that is around you. Is there anything positive that comes with working online? You're working online, meaning you're working from home. Some of us like to get out. We don't want to be bothered, but you're saving a lot. Anyway, Lockett, we're not going about the saving a lot and all of that. The reason why, maybe because you're not communicating with people, and I could be wrong, but some people like to have people to communicate with, okay? You do not let this get you down. What you need to do is focus on the positive. When you work from home, do you get more done, or do you get less done? What is it that's causing you to be down? Is it, I can't use the D word, okay? I can't use the D word, because if I do use the D word, we're changing this into something. So what is causing you not to like working online, not being able to socialize with others? Are you waiting too long? This is the complaint of my niece. Oh, when I work at home, I feel like they don't send enough work my ways. Like, I've got to wait, and don't get back respond. And that could get people frustrated, okay? So I don't know if that is what you're going through, but what you need to do is to think positively. Like, honestly, I'm working online right now, but I have a job. I have a job, okay? I might not like it, but I have a job, okay? And guess what? I am one of the lucky ones that is able to work from home. I'm one of the lucky ones that have a computer that I can work from home. I'm one of the lucky ones who is still, able to perform in spite of the fact that all of this negativity is going on around us. So you need to just erase all of that negativity and think about the positiveness that comes from working at home. The first thing that is extremely positive is that you have a job. That is the first thing that is positive. There's so many people without jobs these days, and there's so many people who wish that at least they could work online. Now, change it around. Start to write the sentence. Let me see your first thing. Locket. I'm trying to get back to your first comment, and it seems like it's out of my view, but whatever your comment was, tell yourself that working from home online is not that bad after all. I'm not reaching my student, and I know that's where it's the interaction. It is the interaction. But guess what? You can say, I'm going to try to reach as many students as I can. You are putting your best foot forward. And guess what? This is not negative for you, because you're so concerned about your student. Some people wouldn't even care about whether they reach them yes or no. I didn't create this situation. So if they don't want to log on, when they want to log on, then it's up to them. Look at you. I'm not reaching my student as I would want to. That's positive all over. Don't get down. Tell yourself, I am going to try to reach as many students as I can. I am going to try to reach. And when the day's over, when you know you did your best in reaching as much students as you could, then your work is done. And that is positive. You cannot do it all. Some student might have no computer. Some student might not be disciplined to come get their online classes done. You have no control over that. You have no control if they're not turning in the assignment. You are doing your best to reach them, and their best is good enough. It shouldn't get to the stage where it is getting you down, because it's, you're not getting the student. The student need to take responsibility for themselves. If you try every day to get to as many students as you can, at the end of the day, that is positive. Your work is done. You did your best. And that is what you need to tell yourself. I try my best today to make my job, rewarding. I try my best today to make my job rewarding. That is it. That's all you can do. And that is the honest truth. That's all you can do. But when you're going to get into I can't do what you can in this situation that is going on in the world, do what you can. And what you can is good enough. If you now think, I can't be bothered, then that would be a different story. But the fact that you're so adamant about getting to your student, at the end of the day, that is positive for you. Okay. And let's give some teachers some love. They are always the grassroots, the foundation of who we are today. It's not all about, and see what I mean? You're so passionate. And I know, and that is why I said, I know it's not all about you, and I know you want this. And that's why I'm saying you got to make sure at the end of the day, whatever you do, you do it to the best of your ability. Magdalene, Jason, you're blessed and you're going to make it. Definitely. See, Jason, you throw it out there, and now you throw it out there and you are getting the feedback. Now, if you're watching and you like the topic today, give us some love, give us a thumbs up. And also, if you're watching and you have negative thinking, I noticed that I asked a lot of you to put the N and the P, and some of you were a little shy just to write it. We have one person that have a P here, and is Jean P. Iris. If you're still watching, Jean P. Iris, what was your positive? We need to get some positive energy in here. What was your positive thinking this week? If you're just joining, we are trying to stop negativity and replace it with positive thinking. Now, if you missed the entire show, this is a show worth watching over. We actually share some tips on how you can replace words that are negative with words that are positive. You repeat it a couple of times, you write it down, you look at it, and you change it. And it's pretty easy to change. We actually have some people just changing their negative thinking on the live chat today to positive thinking. Now, if they can do it, you can do it also. So what we ask, and if you want to share, we're asking you all who are just joining, right now at this minute or this morning when you woke up, what were you thinking about? And thinking about it carefully, what were you thinking about? Were you thinking about something positive or were you thinking about something negative? If you were thinking about something positive, go ahead and write your P. And if you were thinking about something negative, go ahead and comment your N. Now, Tina Ale, my daughter is so bad off. She has intrusive thoughts that are horrible. Every time, everything is so negative. I'm having to play frequency, which are now helping from YouTube. And YouTube is a great platform. To be honest, it's like nowadays it's almost like my encyclopedia. And this is the truth. YouTube is like an encyclopedia. And if you don't agree with me, I understand. It's just that back then we have encyclopedia and now we have YouTube where everything is in a video form, which makes learning better, easier for most. Most things that I want to know now, I do go on YouTube for it. And even if you're trying to figure out something, chemistry, anything, mathematics, anything, science, anything, like anything, you can just go on YouTube and watch a video. So you don't need to get that Brita or that encyclopedia and change and turn things around anymore. So you're using YouTube and that is good. But definitely say positive things also. And for those of you watching and you have children, you always should try to encourage your children with positive thinking. I encourage your children with positive thinking. You know what I notice people normally do? Let's say you have children and they come to you one day. Now you are living somewhere, let's say in the country, thousands of miles, let's say from, I'm going to just use Broadway. And your child came to you and like, oh, Mom, I want to be on Broadway one day. Now, Broadway is probably all in another country, okay? And the first thing that some parents tend to do is, you can't be on Broadway. Look how far we live. You can't, try to think about something else. Maybe you should think about playing an instrument or something like that. But Broadway, we live so far from Broadway, and this takes so long, and all that negativity you're filling up in your child's head or even your friend's head. No, we need to stop that. We need to stop that. When they come with these things, and I don't want to get emotional about this because you'll be surprised the things that got me emotional. When they come to you with these things, tell them, really now, is really that what you want? Well, guess what? If you believe you can do it, you can do it. You know how many people grew up and parents and family members and friends be like, oh, you could never make it to that. You could never make it. You could never. And they prove them wrong. It doesn't matter if it seems far-fetched. If someone is thinking it, especially children, when they come to you with their thoughts and what they want, listen and encourage them. Listen and encourage them, because if they want it bad, really bad, they're going to do whatever it takes to get it, and they will get it. Now, let's take some P on the board. Lolet Simit, Lolettee. Simit P, if you don't mind sharing in the comment, what was your positive thinking? And we also have Annette Campbell. If you don't mind, share in the comment, what was your positive thinking? Now, once you decide that you want to share with us the P or the N, we're also going to ask you to let us know what it is. If you're watching and you are thinking something positive today, go ahead and write a P. And if you're watching and you're thinking something negative today, go and write a P. Juliana, Khichi, how comes I couldn't get you online for 25 Days Skin Live yesterday and 2 days ago? Well, we're going to talk about that. However, last night I wasn't on. I have emergency, and I talk about that in the daytime show. However, we were on the other 2 days. We were using a different system, and I'm not sure if that system is causing the YouTube system not to send it out. So we're trying to work on it and see what is going on. But always go to the channel page, okay? If you're trying to get a program you know it's going to be on at that time, go on the channel page and you will find it there. All right, so let's go back to some P. Sharon Williams, you type P, let's hear from you. Now, Christiana, my daughter think negative and complain about school a lot. I talked to her about being positive and she's not alone, but she still continued to be negative and complain. Most of the time when our children complains about school, is always because they're not understanding. When a child is not understanding what is being taught, they get frustrated. And I work with children for a number of years, so I know what I'm talking about. When a child is not grasping what they're taught, they get frustrated. When I was a kid and I was like this maths person. Yes, I am the maths person in my family, right? And when I get I'm so big on, yes, I can get it. Yes, I know maths. And yes, I'm the best at it in my class, that I normally could not take a wrong. I normally could not take a wrong. If I carry my work up and there's a big plus, and those days we used to get the plus and the tick. I don't know if people get it anymore. And if I carry my work up and there's a plus, I'm not leaving class. I'm going to sit in the back of the class and I'm going to try to prove to the teacher that I can do it. And I don't know why I get the plus. And I used to be like, I don't know why I get the plus. And I would work on it. And if I get another plus again, it used to be so bad. And I know some of you are going to come at me, and this is bad. This is not good practice. This is not good practice at all. I used to get so frustrated if I get just one problem wrong. I don't even have money to buy books. I am tearing up books, okay? I'm tearing up paper. So it's not good, but it's a way of getting frustration. So most of the time when these issues arrive, you need to find out the root of the situation. Are you not grasping things? What is going on? Something is going on. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. So you're going to find a way to work with them. No, let me see what you're working on. And do you understand this? And explain to me what this is. Explain to me what this problem is. You're doing history or whatever. Read this chapter to me and tell me what you understand from it. Because most time the complaint is crying out for help. Most time the complaint is crying out for help. They are not grasping it, okay? That causes frustration. When they're getting it and they're getting it, they're happy, they're excited. Like, yeah, I don't even have to study for that, okay? But when they start to complain and blah, 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 they're not getting it. And it's also a way to, they want it. They want it. And that is why it's a bother. They want it. So take the time, go through, see what you're doing, what you're working on. Tell me what you don't understand. It's very, very important. All right. That's all I can do. We're not expert on this. We're not giving advice. If you want advice, you seek counseling and all of that. We're just sharing from parent to parents, little things that you can do to, to help out a situation. Okay. All right. So who else is here? Jackie, bullied. And okay, that's the B word. I am not sure if I can talk about that on this platform, but I am going to check it out for you to know if I can really comment on it. Not sure, because we don't want to jeopardize this show. I got to make sure that is something I can talk about. But they're everywhere. They're everywhere. I don't want to say the wrong thing right now, but send me an email. I might know a thing or two. All right. So, okay. That's all I can say. All right. Let's move on. A good email, Jackie. A good email, khichibeauty@gmail.com. Denise, hello to you guys, just logging in, and welcome. We have 6 minutes or more to go. I was just absorbing Jackie J situation, okay? I was trying to figure out if we should or if we should not, but because I'm not sure, that we're not gonna discuss it. When I'm sure, I'm gonna come with it. When I'm sure, I'm gonna come with that topic, and that's a topic that is worth doing on a platform like this. But let us get sure first. Okay, Lolette really want to volunteer to help with the people in my community with the COVID shot or feeding the homeless. Now that is something positive. But notice you said you really want to. What is preventing you from not starting? What is preventing you from not starting? So, Lolette, you need to just say, I am gonna help in my community with COVID shot or feeding the homeless. I am gonna help. I am going to help. And not just say you're gonna help, just get up and go one day. Go and ask question. Like, go in your community and go and ask, what can I help with? They also have a lot of website that you can go on and sign up for, depending on where you live. Just go and sign up and see, but start somewhere. Just put your clothes on and go and walk around and say, I'm interested in doing that, especially like the feeding the homeless. They have this system, I think is in Washington, D.C., I think, where you have this family that feed the homeless. What they do, they just make the food, they just go around, and even I actually witnessed that with my own two eyes. Even when the homeless are sleeping, they just place the food in the box beside them and they just leave it there. You can start something like that. Take someone with you. Just get up one day, cook something, packet it in some box, even if it's 5 boxes, and just where the homeless are, just take it to them. That is a push. The next day you're going to feel so rewarding that another 2 days or not, and then the following week, you're going to make 10 boxes. And that's how it starts. And then when people start to see you doing these things, then people are going to be like, oh my goodness, I want to do that too. And then they're going to start to join with you. And that's how you start to get funds. Sound far-fetched, sound like, oh, is it possible? It is so very, very possible. First thing you got to know is where the homeless are, okay? Depending on the city you live. Like if in New York City here, it's easy to find a spot that they hang out. So that's the first thing that you need to do. First thing, to know where you can find them. And the next thing, just take it one day. Just one day out of the blue, make that 5 food, like get the 5 boxes or 5 containers. It don't have to be a lot. And even if you start with 1, buy a food, go somewhere and buy yourself like, let's just say fast food. And I'm just going to say like Popeyes. Just buy a box of Popeyes, make it nice in the bag and walk past the homeless and just give that one person, just give them that bag. That's how you start. That's how you start. It's possible, it's doable, and you can do it. And that's something I like. The other day I was going into my dentist and I walked past and this lady was like, Miss, can you give me something to eat? Like, can you give me a change or something like that? She said to me to buy some food. And I would just walk past like, these people, they always be begging money to buy the big D word. But you know something? I opened that door to walk in the building and something said to me, people don't ask you for food and you don't give it to them. And this is the truth. People don't ask you for food and you can and you don't give it. I didn't have any change. I have $20. I walked to the car. I searched and I found the $5 because $5 could buy her food. And I turned back and I gave her the $5. No, I don't care what she wants to do with it, okay? I don't care if she's going to go take it. She didn't look like this, she didn't look like that. But I don't care what she wants to go do with it. My negative thinking at the first stage was, I am not going to support anybody habit. Okay? And when you're from a big city, sometimes you know these things. I am not going to support anybody habit. Ain't giving her no money because when I give her this money, I'm supporting a bad habit because she's probably going to take the money and go buy things that she's not supposed to buy. Okay? But my conscience kick in. And I'm like, what if? That was a negative thinking in the beginning. But what if this person really wants some food? What if this person really wants some food? What do you have to lose? Okay. And that is the reason why I turned back and I gave her the $5. Okay. I gave her, and you might be like, why you didn't give 20? I still didn't give 20 because I'm like, I hope it's food she's gonna buy, you know. But anyway, my mind could not give me, because I know, like, I was taught that you must feed people. Okay, that's how we were raised, to feed people. And this is a true story I'm going to give you right now. The show is basically over. My grandma used to cook, and back in those days, people wasn't rich. They weren't rich, but they weren't stingy with food, if to say. And she would cook big old pot of food, way more than what her family need. And anybody pass by, it doesn't matter where they're coming from, school children, people coming from the farm, it doesn't matter. They could always stop. They ask for water. Can I get a cup of water? And they're going to get food. She always be feeding people, like, and sometimes maybe that's why, you know, we tend to, you know, always have, like, always blessing flowing, and you know, that's just our personal belief and all of that. Always be giving. So when people ask for food, and if you have it, don't give it to them. If you have it, when they ask, if they ask, I know some people, you can't give them food like that. They're gonna be like, why are you giving me food? Like, no, that's not the situation I'm talking about. Like my little situation there, passing, and she asked for the food, and I just ain't giving her no money. But little old conscience was like, come on, take your time back. Walk right back and give this lady some food. That's my time today. Yes, it's enough to buy food in New York City. Yeah, it can buy Popeyes. It can buy a small salad. It's a lot of things. Whether you want to eat healthy or not, it can buy things. Yeah. All right. So Desiree, or you could have also bought food and give it to her. It would also help settle your conscience. And that is another thing too. And that's what I see a lot of people do when they ask, you know, can I get some food? They take them and they buy them the food just to make sure that is the food they are actually, you know, getting. Anyway, guys, this is my time. For those of you who are doing, I hope you learned something today. I hope this I have to motivate you, and someone need to send me an email, which is Jackie J. And I hope, you know, you get something from this, regardless of how small it is. Now, negative thinking is something you can stop. It's always important to try to rule out negativity and put positive thinking in. And if you want something in life, you need to call it in by being positive about it. And you're not going to know if you're not good at something unless you start, unless you try. And if at first you don't succeed, you try again, especially if it's something to better your life, especially if it's something that you dream about achieving in life. Failure, yes, is acceptable, because failure sometimes help us to be better the second time around. But if you want it, you can believe it, you can achieve it. And if at first you don't succeed, you try again. Thank you so much for watching. Let me mention, I have a dead disappointment again today. I'm gonna see if I see that lady. So the show for tonight at 7:30. If I get home and my mouth is not able to I'm not able to talk, I'm gonna try to make a little video, which I might post on Premiere if I can, and if not, I might just come in, talk to you guys a little with I don't know. But if you don't see me around for the show tonight, it would mean that I can't speak. Okay, if you don't see me around for the show tonight, I can't speak. It's 1:05. I gotta be there for 2, so I know I have to end the show. So look out for it. If not, I'll just send a message or just a little thing for you to see. But come and check for the show tonight, our 25 days skincare challenge, which normally is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look out, something is gonna be there, whether it's me telling you I can't speak, or whether whether the show is live. But you'll know if you get the thumbnail. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Join us tomorrow for another in our series, Weekdays with Khichibeauty. Also, let me get your feedback. If you like this kind of a topic, if you like the show and you like what we're doing here, it's a new series. So we want to get your feedback. Let me hear from you. Send us an email to khichibeauty@gmail.com and give us your feedback. And also, if you have topics that you would like to share with us, feel free. And if you want to be on the show, you want, like with this bullying thing, if I get the okay and the go ahead, we definitely could come back and talk about it, and we could bring, a few parents on via phone video calls to have a discussion. But I got to get the okay first. Okay, be good to yourself, love yourself, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.